超。大家好，你现在收看是华尔街电视 CES 特别报道，我是主持人德英。那现在呢，我们就在拉斯维加斯的 CES。那你们想一下 ，CES 是什么呢 ？CES 可以说是全球的一个最大的消费电子展览。那他们今年已经是第51周年了。那去年呢，听说是有17万人来参加，有4000多个这些展览跟生意来参加。那我们在这里可以看到最新的科技，那好戏真的在后头，你知道吗？那这里它会给我们带来什么呢？它会带来我们比如说最新的手机呀、汽车跟电视机等等。那我们现在就在 Living in Digital Times 的现场，所以看到很慌张，那媒体都开始进来了。所以他们会说一些比较生活的方式和这些科技的趋势，所以你们别着急，跟着他们的这些报道都会在英语。可是差不多过了有点尴尬，可是你们别慌张，结束以后我会给你们翻译，所以我们就看现场喽。
got this.
We're on. Well, clearly you guys had to kill some time before Unveil tonight. Is that, or clearly like the other press conferences are too routine? Thank you so much for coming. I'm Robin Raskin. Some of you know me as former rehabilitated journalist. About a decade ago, I had this crazy idea that we should be telling stories about these products. They shouldn't just be products. And Gary Shapiro kind of agreed to listen to me. God bless him. And so you will not hear about 5G here. You will not hear about autonomous cars. You won't hear about big TVs. If you thought you were here, you can go now. But what you will hear about is how technology is changing lifestyle and some of the amazingly cool products that you will see on our show floor and at our conferences over the next 4 days. So what Living in Digital Times was founded to do was make technology fun for everybody, inclusive for everybody, and loved by everybody. And that includes everything from the last gadget standing, now in its 18th year, David Pogue moderating on Thursday. The original crowdfunding, like before there was such a thing as crowds, we said, let's let the audience decide what they think is best, and they did. We've got a number of conferences from kids to families to health to digital money, this year high-tech retail. We've got exhibits mostly in Tech West, and we'll tell you about them. We've got our Young Innovators Awards, which is a foundation that we started to bring the youngest kids, they need special tags to get in here, who are in high school, who have built something totally entrepreneurial. Thanks to Lenovo, our sponsor, they come here with their parents and they get to see the world of technology unfold before them. We do events like fashion shows, we've done robot fashion shows, and that's the gist of it. So that's what we do. I mentioned the last gadget standing, which is always our culmination and a lot of fun. But I thought I'd spend a minute going over the trends that we see across all lifestyle areas rather than the one big trend at CES. Because if you look across lifestyles, it's happening in every division, wherever you are. So IoT. So it used to be like you and your IoT device. You know, you could talk to the name that will not be spoken here for the next 4 days, or you could talk to your watch and it was you and your IoT thing. We're moving quickly into a world of IoT things that speak to each other. By next year, we may all be sitting on a beach and sending our IoT devices to have a conference by themselves and transact and make money. So watch for the IoT talking to each other thing. AI and machine learning, you'll see lots of varieties of that here. If you go to our digital health area and you look at what is being done with pain management and virtual reality, it's astounding. The clinical trials are coming in. If you look at education and learning, if you look at high-tech retailing and you look at the experience of trying on clothing or putting on makeup without putting somebody else's yucky lipstick all over you, that's what you'll see. So we're saying goodbye to keyboards, at least in the way that we knew them, and a variety of things from gestures to haptics to voice being used instead. We're seeing a bigger discussion. You've probably either written about it or have read about it, whether it's inclusion, whether it's mindfulness, whether it's the little kid tugging at their parent's skirt or pants going, please put your phone down and talk to me, whether it's meditating with your device, this idea of the digital diet, fake news, the elections, this is political. This involves everybody, and it involves this industry, and you're already seeing what happens to an industry that doesn't pay attention to what consumers are really worried about. And finally, you're seeing literally the digitization of everything, and you'll see this come up again and again in all of our themes. So of course, I'm going to take the first theme, the first show that we do. We're going to really rapid pace. We're going to blow you away. So take notes, or if not, call us, find us. There are brochures in the back that tell you where we are on the show floor. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our newest show, like why would we do a high-tail retail show at CES? Well, there's a lot of good reasons, but this is a big one. I don't know where you live, but a lot of streets in my hometown, take a guess, New York City, have for sale, for lease, not being able to figure out how to bring in new customers. 2 reasons we're doing this. One is for them, because technology can help them. And 2, and many of you are making the technologies that will help them. And 2 is for the 3,000 plus new products that come here every year. Great that they're at CES, great that you write about them, great they get a bunch of business cards. But at the end of the day, what do they really want? They want a way to be in retail and to get sold and to get known. So we're dividing our look at retail into 3 areas. And I think it's a good way to frame the conversation. One is experience. And I'll just show you what we mean by experience. So shopping has to be an experience if it's going to work. We've raised a generation who have been trained to understand that this is a destination and this has to be inviting. That was UCAM Perfect Core, and basically on the back end of their relationship is Estee Lauder, it's Revlon. So you are going in to a store, trying on your makeup, eyeshadow, personalizing it for your brand and getting it made. And that's just one of many examples you will see. We'll have Target here with us at the conference. We'll have Walmart. We'll have Beta. New concepts to think about. No, think about shopping. Then you've got big data. And we've always had big data. Trust me, these stores know more stuff about you, but they've never known how to put it together so that, you know, let's just take Amazon. You bought that rug a month ago, and it's still saying, oh, we've got the rug for you. So this year, the data part of retail will be about putting all of this data together in a highly personalized way that will make sense for you, whether you're getting a bank loan or shopping for your favorite black pants that look just perfect for you. And finally, we're going to talk about the future. We'll have Samsung there making some announcements, but we've got companies like NXP and a company called Everything who are building smart ecosystems for wearable, for fashion, for items that can track it right from who built this in India or in Thailand, when did it get on the boat, when is it going into inventory, when is it going into somebody's closet, and oh yeah, what can I offer them in their closet so they'll feel compelled to go shopping for the shoes that match the dress. So you're seeing this ecosystem. It's going to make it more cost-effective, more efficient, and hopefully let retailers do better business. And I think I just sort of went through my my slides, but this is Target's, how many of you know about Target experiment with Indiegogo? Everybody wants to know that they're in the know. So Target took the back of their San Francisco store and they let people come in and play with Indiegogo.
And their consumer base through social media. Speaking of social media and the consumer, Matt Given of IntelliVideo will demonstrate how streaming and subscriber channels are changing the way fitness is brought to the consumer and beginning to change the entire fitness market. Mary Liz McCurdy of Google Play will fill us in on how to engage and sustain the millennial generation caught up in the fitness craze, the most accepting generation of tech innovation and a huge population of buying power. And if that's not enough, Dr. Daniel Chow of Halo Neuroscience and Dr. Jason McCowan of Neurovalence will illustrate the power of brain stimulation to affect change and bring maximum results to fitness and performance. There's more, but I'm out of time. This year's Fitness Tech Conference features the best and brightest of the industry. And in Fitness Tech Marketplace in Sands Hall C and D, don't miss Aftershock's new booth, newcomer Mega Comfort making a statement, Valencel's impressive display among 27,000 square feet of the newest innovation and latest tech stars. Don't miss the woe in fitness tech. Now, I'd like to bring up my colleague and friend, Jill Gilbert, producer of the Digital Health Summit.
Just make sure I have all my little props here for you. Great. Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. So, digital health is showing no signs of slowing down. Over $4.7 billion has been poured into the field this year. And so I'm here to share with you the key trends as we are categorizing them. So let's talk, apologies. Hyper-personalization. So there's a lot of like what we're calling really focused personalization going on. Consumers can now order their own clinical grade genetic tests from home from companies like Origin and Helix and 23andMe and Color and I don't know who else will be on the horizon shortly, to assess for things like cancer genes like the BRCA1 and 2 that we all heard about. You can also find out how a drug might respond better to you, which drug specifically. It can also test for indicators for cardiovascular conditions like cardiomyopathy and arrhythmia. So DNA genotyping is showing no signs of slowing down. Going on to precision medicine. Precision medicine is when physicians are using sequencing to actually treat disease, cancer especially, at the molecular level by sequencing tumor cells. So what they're looking for is they want to reveal which mutations are actually responsible for causing that cancer. So the doctor then can take and prescribe a very specific treatment based on that specific tumor versus just treating the breast or the lung. And couple that with artificial intelligence and machine learning and the role in diagnostics and treatments will be not only more targeted but very quickly received. So after a couple starts and stops, we're also seeing a huge growth in telemedicine. Talk about personalization, where we actually get to see our doctors face to face. The concept of being assessed, diagnosed, and treated remotely has reinvented the house call. My favorite call out for this is people with a mental disease, depression. It's a true revelation for those in remote areas as well, and I imagine we'll be seeing some incredible offerings for the aging population. This will definitely continue to grow in 2018. Trend number 2, predictive analytics. So I call this the era of prevention. And I pulled this picture, which is from Great Call, but I wanted to just sort of paint the picture a little bit for you. So basically, Great Call uses back-end data gathered from sensors in the home and on the body to predict things like potential falls. They spot changes indicative of potential negative health events, like a fall or something else. And as you can only imagine, many digital health companies are doing this with things like predicting heart attacks now and predicting strokes. We have a really a great, not only speaking on our stage, the Digital Health Summit stage, but also in their booths. We have Omron talking about their partnership with AliveCore. We also have Cardio talking about the amazing work that they're doing. And so you can see them in action. Again, integrating that artificial intelligence will be, we're going to start seeing a lot more better, precise, predictive indicators of potential negative events. And another really good example of predictive analytics is what Vital Connect is doing, and they'll be talking about this as well, but they're utilizing these sensors actually in the hospitals to help nurses out, to help doctors, to show what I think of as indicators for something that may happen or that needs assistance for. So patient-centered healthcare is, that's my sense of humor. So we'll actually start with something that we're starting to see, which is better diagnostics and quicker. So when I think of patient-centered, I think of how do we simplify things for the patient and or the consumer. I kind of use those words a little interchangeably. So we have a company actually coming just to talk about how these tests can be done in your doctor's office quickly, within 7 minutes. They're the same as sending them out, going to LabCorp or somewhere else, that you're getting tests for strep throat or chlamydia or strep throat, lots of different things. I'm full of good joy, right? So, and now let's talk about, Alexa, which was like the most famous person at the show last year without a booth, and Google Home. So the bots are in our homes, and they are being used for things like reminding us to take our medicine. Again, very, very appropriate for simplifying our lives. Medication is an issue. It's a sore spot in the healthcare system. A lack of med adherence is estimated to cost 125,000 deaths and to cost the American healthcare system between $100 billion and $289 billion a year. So medication adherence, utilizing these things will be a huge benefit. These bots are also helping pharma companies improve their clinical trial study successes with their patients. Trend number 4, digital therapeutics explodes onto the scene. So for those of you that don't know, we call this, digital medicine or software as drugs. The market is, as you can see, quite impressive. These are addressing both prevention and treatment, and we'll be focusing on these a lot throughout our entire 2 days of the summit. We have NeuroTrack presenting on their digital therapeutic proven around memory loss, revolutionary smoking cessation programs from Click Therapeutics also presenting, diabetes and depression treatments, both WellDoc, Akili Labs, and Canary Health all presenting on stage their proven solutions. Anand Iyer actually is taking the stage for a special keynote on their groundbreaking work in diabetes. And I bet you're asking, do these things really work? Like, how could a software actually teach us not to smoke? So there is a new council that was put together to create standards and rules around this, but we've also invited the CEO from Evidation Health to come talk about their work in providing validation and what I call the science behind the software. So that will be exciting. And no one can deny the boom in digital therapeutics. Pear Therapeutics was just raked in $50 million to continue building their digital therapeutics. They had a very successful program on addiction, which we're going to actually talk about next. So, cognitive health and pain management. This is my own favorite trend because I just think it's quite powerful. We're actually kicking off the summit with this. So let's start with the opioids, fun topic. 91 people die each day from an opioid-related death. So it's quite astounding. So if we get to the root of the problem, let's talk about pain. Pain is where it starts. So we'll see things like wearables, like Quell by Neurometrics, which is it's a wearable anyone can buy to help with their own pain. I personally use it for my back. Also, let's go into the hospital where most addiction actually starts. And you've had a surgery and you need to manage your pain. So we have groups like Cedars-Sinai and Stanford that are integrating virtual reality into their pain management and even anxiety, helping kids with them before their surgery with anxiety. So really excited to welcome Stanford and Time Inc. and Framestore to launch, to talk about their Lumen program. And you'll also be able to experience that on our second day of the summit on the 11th. People will actually be able to try on the Lumen and see how it works. Again, pain management. So, and I also talked about digital therapeutics, Pear Therapeutics as one, so I don't want to leave them out of this concept. So let's move on to other brain issues, which are big developments in treating traumatic brain injury, stroke conditions, ADHD, autism. We have companies like Brain Power, which is utilizing the new Google Glass to help children with autism, and we have a representative from their company coming to talk about that and demonstrate it, so hopefully you'll be able to attend that. And I'm excited we have an example of the Raphael. It's a smart glove that is actually helping people with traumatic brain injury. So Scott Kim is here, actually in the back of the room. He brought this to me just so I could kind of show you the kinds of developments that are coming out around brain health. Okay, so let's advance. So, to the side of the stage. Oh, excellent. Okay. I'm really excited to welcome Jacqueline Cooper from Interaxon, who is here to actually launch something for you guys at this press conference. So let me welcome her to the stage.
Good afternoon. We're really excited to be back at CES this year. This is our 4th year. We launched Muse, the brain sensing headband. For those of you who have not seen it, back in 2014, we actually got an ordinance for too much crowd around our booth. So we're really here, very excited to come back. We have a lot of stories to tell you this year. So I'm going to roll a short video. I'm going to talk over it. It may not be perfectly in sync, but it will give you a flavor of what we're doing here this week. So Muse is a technology product and platform that helps people live and perform better. And our theme this year is performance starts in the brain. Our brain sensor technology can empower and improve health and performance. We are now the world's leading and best-selling consumer neurotechnology device, and we sell more EEG systems combined. We have strong retail partnerships now with Amazon, Best Buy, and Target, where Muse was a leading and top seller product this holiday season. We have 4.2 stars, and we have many satisfied customers. And where we really started was meditation and focused attention to help improve outcomes. We now have thousands of health practitioners using our product and more than 200 research partnerships across North America that you'll hear about in our talks this week. We are also very excited and to showcase and feature in our booth our partnership that we announced last year with Safilo, the Italian eyewear manufacturer, and with Smith. These are brain sensing eyewear. We've moved all of our technology from the forehead into eyewear. These are prescription. They also come in sunglasses, but they include every other sensor that is available. And it really is about connecting the physical and the mental, and these are really focused around peak performance. This afternoon we announced that we're getting ready to expand internationally and putting more languages into our product, including French, Spanish, and German. Our new VR application and toolkit is going to be available in 2018, and we are going to be showcasing an entirely new category of consumer technology using the advances of low-cost brain sensors into VR and mixed reality. And we'll be showing this with our partner Microdose, and it'll be featured in the HTC Vive showcase at the Wind. We'll also be presenting in our booth all of the other sensors that we have in the glasses, and we'll be doing that first for cycling and for yoga. And really, in summary, by integrating our robust leading EEG systems, we're going to be making gaming more immersive, more surprising, and more engaging, because we'll be able to become more customized to the individual's behaviors and experiences. In our expertise in brain sensing eyewear, we believe we become a really obvious partner for neuroadaptive interaction into head-worn mixed reality systems. And when we look at these form factors, we believe that this is probably the easiest and most sensible of wearables as we go into connected health and technologies. And finally, if you are over in the Sands and you're at come see booth 4409, we have a really fascinating individual with us, Dr. Chris Winters. Ariana Huffington has posed him as the sleep whisperer. He just wrote a book called sorry, why am I forgetting this? He just wrote a book called The Sleep Solution. He actually consults with NHL, Major League Baseball, NBA on their sleep protocols. So come hear us. We'll also be speaking Wednesday at Neuroscience 2.0. You'll hear our founder and Olaf Krigelson from the University of Victoria. So please come out and see us. We have many things to tell. Our press release is available as of 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. So great conference, and I want to thank everybody in Living in Digital Times for this great.
Thank you. Great. Excellent. I'll let you. I forgot to try on my glasses. Okay, so thank you so much. I just want to point out that the Digital Health Summit, all the information is up there. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. Make sure you can see the website agenda at digitalhealthsummit.com. And we also have a fantastic marketplace in the Sands Expo, so make sure to visit us. And we also, on At the location, Sands level, if you could write the booth down, we're going to be doing interviews of all of our speakers and sponsors from fitness tech and digital health and sleep tech, which we're about to talk about now. So, sleep tech. We should have put this last, huh? 50 to 70 million of US adults have a sleep disorder. 25 million have obstructive sleep apnea. So we have a sleep epidemic. And when we hear that word, we definitely think of something really scary, like epidemic, right? So, so let's move on to the trends. Meaningful and accurate data with actionable insight. So before we were just tracking our sleep, but now innovators are taking it to that next level. This year, Sleep Score Labs, Sleep Max, which is going to be not only talked about at our show, but on the show floor, is not only passively tracking our sleep at the bedside, but delivering actionable insights to us versus reporting the raw data, which is basically what it used to do. Like, hey, this is your REM sleep or whatever. So maybe you need to be tested for sleep apnea. Great insights. There have also been incredible developments in tracking babies' sleep. Any mom can relate to that. And we have great people on the show floor. We have Mimo Babies, Nod, which was a partnership with J&J. And we also have Nanit, who's part of our Baby Tech Awards. So there's a lot of talk about how do we help babies sleep and how do we keep baby asleep. So smart beds will continue to grow, and Sleep Number is obviously pretty much the standout leader in this. We're really excited. Shelley Eibach is back this year, and their CEO, president and CEO, I think, and she's going to be delivering a keynote on the future of sleep tech. So really excited by that. Next trend is improving sleep diagnostic tools. So we used to have to go to be tested overnight at a sleep lab, and now what we're going to start seeing, and I we'll have a whole presentation on this, is tests that you can be done in 20 minutes while you're awake. So I think it's exciting. We have a real great presentation on that. So improved diagnostic tools that are definitely more in the clinical setting. So we have him there, great. So I'm very, very excited. Philips is here to launch their new product, which is poised to be an absolute game changer in sleep tech. I'm going to let you tell them all about it. I'd like to welcome Mark Michaels to the stage.
Hi there, my name is Mark Michaels. I'm the business leader for Healthy Sleep Solutions. At Philips, we have an ambitious goal of impacting the lives of 3 billion people by 2025. And one of the ways that we're doing that within the sleep business at Philips is tracking those nights. So at this point, we have 2.6 billion nights tracked of sleep globally. And that's an amazing thing. What we've realized is that there's more insights that we can get from tracking this sleep. And specifically in the US, let's take a look at it. 40% of people between the ages of 25 and 54 are not getting enough sleep. What does this mean? They're not getting at least 7 hours of sleep every night. The impact of this is significant. It can be everything from their cognitive performance to their mood to any number of things that limits their ability to function and perform as good as they can the next day. So what we're going to do at CES is actually introduce a new product. It's new to world. It's the first clinical wearable that is proven to impact your slow wave sleep. So the easiest way to think about that is, how do you put your sleep to work? And that's the answer to the question that we're going to go through in this video here.
Have you ever wished you could improve the quality of your sleep to help you feel better on the days after you didn't get a full night's rest? It's a struggle working long hours at our jobs, finding time to spend with family and friends, and still squeezing in some time for ourselves. There's just not enough hours in a day. We can't always do everything and get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep. If that's you, a lot of days you probably don't feel like the best version of yourself. The good news is, getting a good night's sleep isn't just about quantity. the quality of your sleep matters too. During the day, your brain takes in a massive amount of information. This stimulation adds millions of new connections among the billions of cells in your brain. If all of these connections were permanent, your brain would soon be overwhelmed. That's why every night your brain prunes away unnecessary connections, ones it doesn't need for storing memories or learning. This happens during a phase of deep sleep known as slow wave sleep. If you're not getting enough slow wave sleep, your brain is less effective at removing these connections. However, studies suggest that the time you spend in slow wave sleep is only part of the equation. The strength of the waves is also important. Fortunately, certain sounds are known to strengthen the slow waves. Distinctive tones played at a specific frequency, volume, and timing have been proven to enhance slow waves, making them more effective and your sleep more efficient. Philips is partnering with sleep physicians and researchers to turn long-studied science and technology into a product you can use at home. It's called Philips Smart Sleep. Smart Sleep starts with two small sensors that detect when you're asleep and when you've reached slow wave sleep. Then it produces tones that boost your brain's slow waves, but are so quiet they won't wake you up. In fact, Smart Sleep is so smart, it monitors your level of sleep from moment to moment and responds when you're ready for a boost in real time. Every night, Smart Sleep's proprietary algorithm customizes the timing and volume of tones to your sleep pattern to enhance your quality of sleep. Every morning, you can track the quality of your sleep. The Sleep Mapper app will show you your sleep metrics and your sleep boost score. When you use this app with your Smart Sleep headband, you're more likely to feel energized during the day, even if you weren't able to get the ideal 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Philips Smart Sleep. Put your sleep to work. Innovation and you. Philips.
So again, we're very excited about showing everybody. I offer the chance for everyone to stop by our booth. We're in 44019, so very close. So you can stop by and make it a round trip. And personally experience what the Smart Sleep looks like and learn more about